Hi, here's a brief overview about Google's Gmail so that you can learn more about your own Gmail account. Once you are logged in, if you notice that you click on your name, you'll see a drop down happen allowing you to add an extra account. If you have a personal Gmail that you'd like to link to your work Gmail and then simply be able to flip-flop back and forth between the two, that may be an option you're interested in. So I wanted to point that out. Up here across the top is your menu bar, and this is where you would go to Gmail if you're going through the google.com address. Gmail will load and you'll see your inbox. Now you have several different options for how to configure your inbox that I'll show you how to do depending on how you like to read your messages. You can do a vertical split like this, or you can do a horizontal split like this and see your mail in a different way. You can select ones that are red or unread or starred. There are more options under the more if you want to mark all as red and then move them. You can create folders over here to organize your mail, and it's just a simple click and drag to organize your inbox. Your settings wheel over here gives you more options. Under general, a couple highlights you're going to want to pay attention to. How many conversations do you want to see on the page? What is your default reply behavior? Sorry. What do you want your text to look like when you are emailing someone? Conversation view, this is where if you go back and forth with someone in a conversation, you email them, they reply, you reply back, they reply back. The emails can be contained with one link if you turn the conversation view on. Otherwise, they'll come in as separate emails if you turn that off. You can install the preview pane that I showed you to enable the vertical split or horizontal split of your inbox. You can prioritize a system here for labeling your important emails that you can then star and refer back to later. There's chat notification controls right there. New mail notifications if you want a pop-up on your window when you get a new mail message. You can put a picture on your profile. There's a digital signature down here that you can configure that'll show up on your email messages when you compose. The vacation responder is like out of office reply. So if you want to configure a vacation responder, that's where that's done. And of course you would save any changes that you make before you go to a new screen. Labels are for organization purposes. You can have different labels. You can think of labels as folders, and you can organize your emails into them. Here's some of the folders or labels that I have just to show you, and you can show or hide them in your list over here depending how you want to be organized. Under the inbox menu, this is where you can decide what you want to have come in first with your inbox sections. If you want to kind of split your inbox into all your unread at the top and then everything else under the bottom, that's an option you have. Under accounts, you can go through the account settings and change your password. You would follow the links there to change your password. Filters would be like if you want to apply any filters. For instance, I have matches from all the administration. If I get emails from any of them, I've told Gmail to star them, never send them to spam, mark them as important, because I wouldn't want to miss any of those. So filters are like special directions depending on what you want to do with certain messages that come in. There's forwarding options. If you would like to forward your work email to a home address or something, you can set that up. Chat on or off can be handled here. If you want to set up Google Voice, there's some controls down here. The labs are where you can test out some of the features to make your email more fun and useful. Labs are temporary and can go away at any time, so just realize that these are scripts that are being tested, and you may get used to one and love it, but then it may disappear at any time. So some of the popular ones: extra emoji. If you like little pictures added to your messages, you'd want to enable that. If you want a preview of your Google Calendar within your inbox, it would be over here somewhere. I'll try to show you a view. I'll come back to that and show you later. It's down here in your inbox. You would see a little snippet of your calendar. So if you want that, you would enable that. Same with Google Docs. If you would want a preview of your Google Docs, you could enable that, and it would be right here in your inbox. The preview pane is what I was showing you with the vertical split, horizontal split. So it's a different way to read your email, and I have enabled that because I like that view. You can browse through these at your leisure and see what applies to you. This one I think is pretty important: undo send. This allows you to pull back a message before it gets sent all the way, so you can enable that and delay your sending for 5, 10, 20, or 30 seconds. Might be useful. What else? Those are the main ones I use. Save changes to anything that you enable, of course, and then you'll be ready to do that. Themes is a way to customize your inbox, and kind of change the look and personalize it. So if you pick a different theme, it changes automatically. Over here you can see the background, and that's just sort of a fun little option that you can do. Okay, back to inbox. When you go to compose a new message, if you start typing the first initial last name of your recipient, you're going to see the names start to pop up here, and you'll be able to select or hit tab and get the person's email you want to address. If you are emailing a student, they're going to have their ID number attached to their email address. Staff members do not have an ID number attached to their email address. You can add a CC or BCC or request return receipts when you're emailing. The subject line, pretty basic. You can attach files. You can insert invitations if you want to invite people to appointments. You can do that. If you put the words "see attached" in your email and you try to send it, I'll show you an example. Google will recognize that trigger, and they'll say, "Did you mean to attach a file? You wrote see attached and you didn't attach anything. Do you want to send it anyway?" And it'll kind of catch it for you if you forget that attachment. So you have to use specific trigger phrases for Google to catch that for you. These little controls you can kind of browse on your own to see what they all do. Inserting hyperlinks or links to web addresses or emails is that little chain link thing. Indenting, decreasing, increasing, indenting, centering, alignment, spell check. So pretty basic. Let's get rid of this. Okay, when you're responding to someone, you'll see an arrow here, and you can hit reply just like that, and then reply. That's one way to reply. You can also hit this arrow right here and get more options, like if you needed to forward or reply to all or do any of these other things. That's where you could see controls like that. There's also a box below the message for those same functions where you could click and then start your reply and it would go to whomever. So that's kind of how you deal with that. Just come back. Just trying to make sure that I covered everything I wanted to cover. Those are the real big basics about Gmail. If you have any questions about how to do anything else that I've kind of referenced, don't hesitate to contact me. Thanks.